Yes. Good evening, dear Foxians and esteemed viewers. Welcome to the Foxy Gyan Pravah, the flow of knowledge. This enriching podcast series is a prestigious initiative under the dynamic leadership and visionary Foxy president, our beloved Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar madam. It aimed at fostering learning, discussion, and growth. I'm Dr. Jyoti Banglowala, Chairperson of Ethics and Medical Legal Committee of Foxy, and it is my proud honor to host episode number 36 of this esteemed series. Today, we address an issue of utmost importance, one that has become a growing concern for the medical fraternity. Prevent the preventable. Today, our theme was Jwala, the flame of hope, prevent the preventable. To enlighten us on this critical subject, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Divya Gupta, a gynecologist and member of National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, a distinguished leader whose insights and expertise will undoubtedly add immense value to this discussion. But before we proceed, it is my privilege to invite the driving force behind this meticulously curated podcast series, our Foxy President, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar Madam, for the welcome address. A leader par excellence, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar. Dr. Tandulwadkar is a name synonymous with excellence, innovation, leadership. She is the leader of us all, but not us all. She is the guiding force behind 46,000 gynecologists across India and beyond. She is Chief of IVF and Endoscopy Center at Ruby Hall Clinic, Pune, founder and medical director of Solo Clinic IVF Pune. It is a state-of-art fertility center, co-founder and MD of Stem Cell Research and Application Center, Pune. A true
Thank you, Jyoti.
No, madam.
Let's start. Today,
Her,
the
her
evening.
no, madam. Her groundbreaking contribution includes the birth of India's first stem cell baby at the age of 45. Her
Thank you,
contribution,
Jyoti.
yes.
The evening is for you and the veggie together. So I'm glad that we are here, friends, those who have not joined before and are joining for the first time. Daily evening, 8 p.m., my 30 committee chairpersons are coming with 30 podcasts for you. They choose the either academic personality from India or outside, or they choose the leaders who may be into the sports, they may be in the politics, they may be in the public sector, they may be philosopher or a spiritual guru. What is very important is 40 minutes of a dialogue between my chairperson and the personality, and the way it is taking shape. Everyday podcast is something different. My all 30 committee chairpersons are working very hard for it. Friends, this is the way we are taking them to their leadership. Initially, I remember when I told them about the podcast, they were very scared. The way they were expressing there, how can we do it, whether we will be able to do it. And now they have become masters of it, the way they take interview and the way they take their podcast in a further discussion with the spontaneity. I think they are showing their leadership quality. Divyaji, today we have you. Thank you so much. First thing is, Jyoti will be introducing you in a detail, but one gynecologist doing such an extraordinary work is the proud moment of the entire Foxy. And Foxy,
Thank you so much.
it's honor to have you on the Foxy platform. When Jyoti gave me call and spoke to me about you, I was so glad. I was
Sorry.
so glad that I will be meeting the personality like you. And probably we have many more things than just this podcast where you can help not only the Foxy, but the maternal health of India to take to the different level. Considering your history of close connectivity with BJP, the BJP spokesperson, it's such a proud moment here. How come we Foxian were not aware? You need to receive some special award from our Foxy because no, this is important position, ma'am, not to flatter you, but it is very important that the Foxians are reaching to different level. And it's important that our parent organization acknowledge that. And it gives a vision to many more to what they can achieve in life. So that's a complete different story. And I'll be taking a phone call from your phone number from Jyoti, because probably the Sampurna, the Swasth Janma Abhiyan, where we want to work on a preconceptional care to optimize maternal and neonatal care. It's a very important project. And I was thinking, ki I need someone probably in the BJP government, but having the knowledge of the subject. And I think this is my another project, spirituality in medicine. I believe strongly that if you want to do something and you have a strong belief, the universe works for you. And last 15 days, we are working with the state governments, meeting the ministry of the different state. And I was thinking we should have an order from the top, automatically the whole state will work, because it's so difficult to reach out each and every. Just now, you won't imagine, I have received the my intermediate guy who is my patient meeting Abitkar just now. The photograph, he said, Madam, I am with Mr. Abitkar and submitted your Sampurna project to him. So, but I'm meeting individuals daily. So probably we may do something together for making our maternal health in India the best, where whole world will lead with the example. Thank you so much. And
Thank you,
Jyoti,
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
and
much, ma'am.
Actually,
Thank
thank
you for having so much of confidence in me. Thank you, Jyoti, once again.
actually, madam,
looking at your personality, reaching to that level and still coming to Indore intermittently to take care of VIP patient, you need to be dynamic to do that.
yes,
So
madam. But and Sunita madam also is the firm believer of the
I know.
spirituality. And
I'm really
actually,
humbled by all these words, Jyoti.
yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. So, thank you, Sunita, madam, for inspiring us and your address and providing us with this incredible platform. Now, over to our guest speaker, Dr. Divya Gupta. She is a gynecologist who turned social reformer and healing beyond medicine. We can say from women health to women empowerment. And she is the member, at present, she is a member of National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, ex-state BJP spokesperson, independent director of Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, ex-Foreign Affairs Department BJP, and district convener for Red Cross. And we all know, madam, we all know for your NGO Jwala. And actually, we all know how you started the Chai Par Charcha with Modi ji, and
Yeah,
that drive when we are
right.
going to all the gully and nukkad to do the Chai Par Charcha,
Yeah, actually.
putting all the screens there and putting all the chai ka cup and taking Modi ji's interview. The all this is the actually past, but that is the glorious past.
Yeah.
Today you are coming with us for the prevent the preventable. It is our honor, madam, and we welcome you on behalf
Thank
of.
you so much, Jyoti, for having me. You've been very persistent about it. So I really praise your persistence, your perseverance, and the
Ac-
way you have made me a part of the entire Foxy family. So thank you so much for making me come here on this platform. I really appreciate Smita ma'am's efforts. That's one dream that probably we all dream of. That let's have a country, Bharat, where we have healthy mothers giving birth to healthy children. So, Smita ma'am, I'm there with you on it, and I'll try my level best, whatever, however I can, because this is the same, I think we dream together of this particular situation. So, thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Smita ma'am,
Actually,
and I'll
madam,
take the flag forward.
yes, actually,
thank
this
you.
topic was when you said that the prevent the preventable. The same theme is Dr. Sunita Madam's thing, the Swasth Janma Abhiyan, the Sampurna Abhiyan. So I was so keen to take this topic ahead because Madam's theme of this year is that, and Madam was so keen to just reduce the maternal mortality because this 2030's goal,
Yes.
Madam wants to achieve this goal in the 1 year, and we all are working so hard with Madam.
No, no,
So
we will. We will. We will. We
Okay.
definitely will.
Thank you,
Where there is a will,
Divyaji.
there is a
Yes.
way.
Thank you, Divyaji. Wonderful meeting you on digital platform. Looking forward to see
But
you
we will
in
meet in
person.
person, ma'am.
Yes. And now our protocol is you and Jyoti will have a beautiful dialogue, and I'll join from another link of yours and I'll be listening to you.
Sure,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much. So, Divya madam, we will start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just like the in the year 2018, there were so many cases of acid attacks. I have a data. 2018, there were 228 cases. 2019, there were 249 cases. 2020, there were 182 cases. 2021, it is 176 cases. 2022, it is 202 cases. Though we have banned the acid selling on the over the counter, still these are the data. And actually, we remember you doing so much of the work. And actually, in the majority of acid attack victims in the 2022 were women only. And the Bangalore reports the highest number of acid attack cases. And these acid attack cases are often motivated by only jealousy, but this simple jealousy or revenge or the love affair, this actually can cause not only the burn, but the permanent disfigurement of the girl, leading to even death, or actually the permanent scar on her heart, her mind. So, being an eminent gynecologist, what inspired you to take up this cause for supporting acid attack victims, madam? I know you are
So,
NGO
yeah.
Jwala.
So, Jyoti, I was like any other gynecologist. I was very happy, plush, clinic. You have patients, line of patients. You are dealing with everything. Comfortable life, deliver, operate, happy. So that was the day. That was how it used to be. And but of course, there's always an insight where you always have. Maybe I was the one who always had that feeling that I need to do more. Probably it had to do with my parents, probably it had to do with my parenting, probably it was the social atmosphere, the environment. I do not know what was the cumulative effect, but that was always there. So an incident happened, which was Nirbhaya 2012, and that shook me up. Actually, not only Nirbhaya, there was a little more incident a little before that, when there was a girl in Assam, Guwahati, where she was molested publicly. Some people at those days used to make MMS, and they circulated. They derobed her on the square, and they made an MMS and circulated that. I remember I called up anybody and everybody from my mobile, asking them that please, can you please join me as a protest? And I remember Jyoti as one of those people who was one of the first few who joined me in that silent march that we did from Gandhi Hall to Gandhi statue, and we lit candles. And then just after that, not even 15 days had passed, and then there was Nirbhaya, and there was another silent march that happened. So when we lit another candle, it shook me because I just said that lighting candles on under Gandhi statue is not the answer. We just do something happens and we just lit candles and then we are there protesting. How does it help? It just doesn't help at all. So then my tagline went that ab candle march nahi hoga, ab sandal march hoga. So that was the tagline. And the tagline went that we are going to teach self-defense to girls. And we started teaching self-defense from one corner to the other, and just the journey started. I always feel that when I used to take these sessions, there was always a session before I really taught the self-defense. So when I used to take these counseling sessions, I told these girls that, look, I was talking about the acid attack only because Lakshmi, the iconic figure who we all know, just per picture bhi bani hui hai. So Lakshmi is a friend, and I would rather advise there's one beautiful South Indian movie called Udan. That's also a very good movie where probably there is a girl who has also faced acid attack. I always say that there is a story behind every acid attack. What is the story is that it is a long term that the girl faces, and acid attack is the culmination of that long story. आपके पीछे कोई पड़ा हुआ था, आपके पीछे कोई पड़ रहा था, आप उसको मना कर रहे थे, वो फिर भी परस्यू कर रहा था, और वो परस्यू करता ही रहा, आप उसको प्रोटेस्ट करते ही रहे, और वो एक लंबी कहानी थी. उस कहानी के बीच में there were many stops where you could have stopped, where you could have intervened, where you could have sought help. Had you done that, you would not have reached the acid attack. So my humble take to all people, all women, everyone, all girls, when I go and teach them self-defense, when I go and take their counseling sessions, I keep telling them about this also, that get up and voice for yourself, because nobody else is going to come for your help. You are the one who's going to come for your help. So become the Jwala. So Jwala is that organization. Jwala is the name of the NGO, because we are not just a light, we are not just a candle, we are not just anybody else. We are the angry personification of fire. That's what Jwala is. So get up and don't say that I seek help. Say that I demand it and I take it. So that's what I want every other girl to have.
A-
Become a Jwala.
Actually, just now you told us this the training of the self-protection. So you trained thousands of the adults and girls and young women in schools and
More than 5
colleges.
lakhs, Jyoti.
More
More
than
than 5
5 lakhs.
lakhs.
More than 5 lakhs with the self-protection skills, the judo, karate. So what impact have
No, no,
you?
no, 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 no. Understand one thing.
Okay.
So self-defense is not karate and not taekwondo and not judo and nothing.
Mm,
Self-defense is a technique.
mm,
So when you walk on the street, you have a purse in your hand, you
mhm.
have a phone, you have a clip, you have a pen. How are they your weapons? How can you use these as weapons?
Yes.
How can you use your presence of mind? How can you use the dupatta as a weapon? That is all, and your fingers, and your teeth, and your knee, and your elbow. So I teach very simple but very effective methods. And once I remember that when I start taking the session, and when these girls are so timid, they just don't know what to do. How are they going to defend themselves? But by the end of the sessions, they actually, I can see the change in their face. The face lit up, the eyes lit up, and they become like, okay, yeah, we can do it. Why did it not come to our minds? And suddenly I can see the empowerment coming. So this is exactly what is how we reach out to these girls, talk in their language, and the session becomes very interesting and very effective.
Actually, there are so many, means so much increase in the school dropout or the college dropout just because of this chheda chhadi incidents or this just someone is actually behind you all the time and teasing you. So, what impact have you seen about this? Just like you said that the face is lighting up. Is there any increase of means then decrease in the school dropouts or the parents are coming to you and saying, yes, madam, after this training session or after this, the confidence level is increased and now my daughter is going to school regularly now and she is so confident.
So there are two things. One is that the girl herself becomes very confident, and as I said, that now she says that nobody's going to stop me. I'm the one who's going to take it forward. अब किसी को भी आने दो मैम.
Hmm.
अब मैं झेल लूंगी. अब मैं उसे निपट लूंगी.
Hmm.
So I feel very elated when I see that confidence coming to these girls. One of our sessions was very interesting because I saw a mother-in-law bringing her daughter-in-law to get the 10-day self-defense training. That is an elaborate training program, 1 hour every day. And I was surprised. I said, like, this is amazing. सीधे पल्ले की साड़ी पहन के a mother-in-law brings her daughter-in-law and says that she needs to be trained because she's the one who's going to take care of me when my son is gone on tours. Who's going to take care of me? So we two are living alone in the house, and therefore she needs to learn self-defense. Amazing. So you see, there is a change coming back into the society, and I have innumerable such stories where small little girls and fathers, nowadays not mothers, but fathers bringing their daughters. That my daughter's now going to some other city to study, and I want my daughter to be trained before she is going to study now. So it's that kind of change that probably has brought in the society. But I'm happy that the people are getting awakened about this idea and they're doing it. But at the moment, I'm a little bit worried and sad, Jyoti, because why are we teaching all this to our girls? Why
Yes,
hasn't really someone come up and said कि मुझे मेरे बेटे को भी सिखाना है, मेरे
not to
बेटे
do
को भी
this.
पढ़ाना है.
Yes, yes.
So now I also at the same time I preach one more thing. अपनी बेटी को शिक्षित करिए और बेटों को संस्कारित.
Yes. ये ज्यादा
अगर आप अपनी बेटियों को शिक्षा देने जा रहे हैं तो बेटों को संस्कार दे दीजिए. The society will change.
So actually, madam, this must be the tagline, and we always say that there should be some in the school and college curriculum. We should actually add this self-protection skills for girl, but it's so actually shameful rather that we have to do everything for the girls. Nobody is doing to teach the boys that
Anything for
they
the
should.
boys. Nobody
Yes,
talks about them.
yes,
And
nobody.
surprisingly, again, let me tell you, जो सबसे बड़ी दुश्मन है, ये जो सबसे बड़ी culprit है, मैं ये बोलती हूँ, वो माँ है. Because माँ ही differentiate करती है.
Yes. So, madam, just like anything like just girl to women, this women empowerment, hum log now that we are commencing towards the International Women Day, and we talk so much about the women empowerment, women empowerment. So this women empowerment can be achieved only we all actually read and read and read and write everywhere that education and economic independence and the political participation and the challenging the gender inequality. So you are so educated, you are economically independent, you are having the politics, you are in the politics. It is very, very important that the girl or the lady is having a equal participation in the politics. So being this ex-BJP spokesperson for your state, in your view, how can true women empowerment be achieved through public-private partnership or the public-government partnership? Do you think there should be some skill-based trainings or some fundings or awareness programs should be run in the schools and colleges, which can make the significant impact?
I really appreciate that question, Jyoti, because I think it's very important that the girls should have, those who are interested, because I, being a woman into this man's world so far, however it is, politics is a man's world. Understand that men normally do all the kinds of talking and manipulating and politics and whatever is happening starts happening after midnight or late hours of the night, where women can't do that. So if I by any chance would come out of a BJP office at 11 o'clock in the night, somebody would wag his tongue and say, ये इतनी रात को क्या कर रही थी यहाँ पर? So I need to create my own Lakshman Rekha. I need to create my own deadline. I need to wear a full sleeves. I need to cover myself completely. And then I need to go about, because I know that there are 1,000 eyes watching me when I'm moving around in the public. So understand that a woman in a man's world is still very unsafe. Unsafe. So even if I'm fully clothed, fully covered, I still know that there are people who will probably kind of take me that way. So this is a man's world. But do women need that skilling to be in the man's world? Yes, they need. They need to have a personality development. They need to take care how to carry themselves. They need to put men at arm's length. They need to be very aware of the fact that how, what, when has to be said and has to be done. So there are lots of do's and don'ts that need to follow. And that's a very bright idea that we should have this kind of a training session for girls and women. When now PM is asking for 10 lakh young women, युवा उनको चाहिए अगली अगले जनरेशन की पॉलिटिक्स लेकर जाने के लिए, तो लड़कियों को भी तो उतना ही आगे आना पड़ेगा. और मुझे लगता है आई शुड बी द बेस्ट पर्सन ट्रेनिंग देम.
Yes, madam, if you are asking for 10 lakh US for the politics, then there must be 5 lakhs girls. And this, you yourself being the economical dependent, and so actually you are so educated, when you are feeling like an insecurity about doing such thing, how can we say that our small town girls or our village girls, they can participate very brightly or participate very
नहीं
actively?
ज्योति, I know that small town girls are, we look up, come to think that we are very worried about the small town girls. Small town girls have also become very smart now. So because of the smartphones, because of the smart TVs, because of the smart classes, and because of the smart attire and awareness, girls have become very smart. And they know that when they are coming out in the open and in the public eye, they know how to carry themselves. But again, no harm teaching them, telling them, and reaching out to them. So I totally agree to that.
Actually, I was reading just for this question, I was reading, and that answer was saying that the public-private partnership, actually the women need the support transport services. That around the 24 hours, this actually there should be support transport system for women, which actually meet women's need could alleviate the burden. Because if you are going in the public transport and you are so uneasy, but you have to go at the BJP office, you say, I have to go at the 11 p.m., I have to go midnight. So the transport is the must thing. Second, eliminating the gender biases from the legal frameworks also. Our legality is also saying आप रात में करने क्या गई थी वहां पे. So we have to be actually educated in the legal framework also. And actually every developed and developing country having the legal system, and actually there also the gender inequality or gender biases exist. So we have to reach out for this legal framework for the transport system, for the actually elimination of the gender biases. Actually we have to come forward for these things.
So,
Actually,
Jyoti, we have actually good laws. We have very good laws. We have very good things set up. But again, it's here.
yes,
Everything is here.
yes. So
So that means, so again I say that
there
या
was
तो आप यहाँ से आप वीक हैं जबकि आप वीक नहीं है जबकि गर्ल्स हु गो थ्रू menstruation, women who can give childbirth, women who are already so strong. God has made us so strong. We are emotionally so strong. We are so stable. And whereas again, because the two X chromosomes gives us a stability, with an X and Y chromosome, there is one leg missing. Yet we give them all the power, we give them all the strength and everything else. So everything is here. So we tell ourselves that we are weak, and we give them the freedom to have a strength within themselves that, okay, you are the one who is strong. Let it be. It doesn't mind. I'm very beautiful. Once God's most beautiful creation, and I love the way I am. But I know that I'm stronger. This is for sure. Only
there
thing is
was
that you have to recognize.
Yes, one of our guest speaker once told us about the loitering in the public places. They just said, "Ki if you loiter so much, it's not man's word that boys are loitering or the streets or the parks. If the women will start doing this, the world will be more safer for the women. If you see all the women loitering in the public places, parks or streets, there are so many women actually walking on the street. It will be safer world for the women only, because when you go on the street पैदल पैदल आप जा रहे हैं, चारों तरफ आपको अगर बॉयज दिख रहे हैं, then you will feel some actually थोड़ा सा डर लगता है. But when we see so many of women are doing, आप चाय की दुकान पे चार औरतों को अगर देखते हैं, you will still feel safe. So this word loitering and the transport and the legal framework, actually it was long way to go for the framework, for the legal framework. So it is just about this your journey for the Jwala. And just
Yeah.
now I'm actually reading that you are doing some project on the preventable handicapped. And this, as we all know, that preventive medicine is the heart of our medical education. And could you share some latest insight of your project or latest insight of this area, what you
So,
work?
Jyoti, when I joined NCPCR, and NCPCR is the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, I toured around the country. I still do. I have to go to distinct villages which are like really so remote. Probably there are certain areas, certain places we've not even heard of. छोटे छोटे blocks तक जाके हमको काम करना पड़ता है. And पड़ता है मतलब it is we who are doing it because we want to take care of the children. Whether all these laws, all these SOPs that have been made by the government, are they really reaching out to children or not? And I realized that there were certain districts which were very badly hit by handicap, whether it was physical handicap, whether it was mental handicap, whether it was a visual handicap or an hearing impairment. I found three districts in Rajasthan where probably if I must have seen 100 children, 96 had hearing impairment. And it really shook me. There were certain patients who were like in a series in Tamil Nadu who were all having autism and CP. Again, it shook me. So, what is this happening? Why? And then I started digging because that was what was bothering me. So, autism and CP probably are preventable. There are so many other things that are preventable because a population which is handicapped is not only a population which is, I'm sorry to say, which is kind of now not worthy enough to work and come into the mainstream, is of course a liability on the family which is already poor, a liability on the family because they cannot cope up. One hand is not working because either the mother has to stay home to take care of the child, And so it's like kind of a series, a vicious circle that develops. So that brought me the idea that can this handicap be prevented? Can we have a population by doing a preventable handicap, so that as Sunita ma'am wants that अगर हमारी माँ स्वस्थ होगी तो हम स्वस्थ बच्चे को जन्म देंगे, तो हम एंटीनेटल केयर को पुश अप करें, एक अच्छी स्वस्थ माँ को हम देखभाल करें, so that we do not have these children who get proper care when the mother delivers, and therefore we do not have this handicapped children around us. So this was the idea that I was working on. So preventable handicap goes a little beyond or before when I'm talking about the children. And this is the area where I'm working, because I'm basically a gynecologist working into a field of pediatricians. And वही बोलते हैं कि कंबल से बाल नहीं छूटता है, so घूम फिर के gynecologist हो ही जाता है, वो निकल ही आता है. So I joined hands with Sunita ma'am with the same project, that I would want to work on this, and probably it's just the other way of putting the things, and would love to take it forward.
The Madam's project was the one Sampurna project and one Swasth Nari, Swasth Janma Abhiyan, and Know Your
Yeah.
Numbers. But Know Your Numbers is the theme. Actually, every woman should know about her numbers. First is the weight, BP, hemoglobin, and sugar. At least if someone
Absolutely.
is knowing absolutely about these four numbers, there she can take medicine, or she can prevent the further things to be happen. Even the Swasth Janma Abhiyan, जब तक आप खुद ही स्वस्थ नहीं है, why to give birth of another
Exactly.
baby? And the most disabilities actually we can present at the birth, means at the birth we can actually prevent them by eating good food, or actually just avoiding. If the women, we are seeing the women are just working in the factories where the pan parak ka gutka ka, they are just making the pouches, or some chemical factories. So if she has not to work in this such chemical factories, she has not to encounter to the toxins, or if she got some good antenatal health care, we can
Actually,
prevent
the
most of the
Anganwadi
disease.
Karyakarta is the key,
Yes.
actually.
Huh.
So if the Anganwadi Karyakarta is very aware and she can take care of the house and the family in the rural setup, I think we will have an amazing result. Which again, I'm also into presenting, so I'm already into the way of making a PPT. And very soon, I think let's join hands, make a wonderful
Just
PPT and
join
present
hand
it.
with the Foxy, madam. Just join hand with the Foxy,
Yeah.
because it is a social responsibility. It is not only the family's responsibility, or only the women's responsibility, or only the
सरकार
husband's
नहीं, ये
responsibility.
हम सबका काम है, हम सबको करना है.
Ji. Actually, this is the preventable handicap is the something. When we see this disabled child, our country is not having the enough infrastructure to just cope
And
up with such.
resources. And
Yes,
resources. Yeah.
resources. So if we can prevent such births, it is actually the good thing we can do for our country's economy also.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, just as a gynecologist, you are still the practicing gynecologist whenever you get the time. We just, as a gynecologist, we just not to care about the women only. We care about the families also. With a pregnant woman, there is a sasuma, there is a mother, there is a whole family is coming to our clinic, and this is a right time to catch them all, to just counseling about everything. So, how do you think about this medical professional can contribute to building a healthier society beyond their clinical practice?
So, Jyoti, I'm a firm believer of it, very firm believer of it. And good part is that I've actually become a family member. And the mother-in-law also is confiding in me. The daughter-in-law also is confiding in me. Sometimes I become the bridge to them. And sometimes it is I become a marriage counselor as well, because I'm counseling the husband, the wife, and the mother-in-law, and so many other things. I feel I really enjoy it. It's my USP as well, because if by any chance I could help a family getting a little bit more of an idea of how life should be dealt with, and so it's a very good thing. A gynecologist has a very important role because she's there in the most vulnerable time of the woman, and she can be a rock solid support to the girl. And once the patient, who's a girl who's going through all this, she knows that I have a support in my gynecologist, and therefore she then trusts her completely. And then we can talk to the husband, then we can talk to the mother-in-law, and we can become an emissary in the entire process. So I feel that Sometimes I've even been a pivotal person to name the child, what school the child needs an admission to, why, and maybe milestones of the children. So it's like even today, even after the children have uh, gained like probably 7 8 years, and now that I suddenly realized that I've become so senior. मैंने जिन बच्चों को डिलीवर करा था उनके भी बच्चे मैंने डिलीवर कर दिए. So I suddenly realized, oh my God, I've really become so senior. And then suddenly I realized that no, मैं इतनी तो old नहीं हो गई, but
So
but somehow,
actually, we can actually use our position to just make the healthier nation. We can just
absolutely.
counsel them. Just you are saying the mother-in-law is coming and confiding you. So just we can counseling about their health, their numbers, just like I told you. Just we can tell them to just get the health checkup done, or just even this.
Everything, so many things, so
Yes.
many things.
So, madam, some personal questions to you. You are coming from the very actually, we know the your parents are legends in their respective fields, and the philanthropy seems to be run in your genes. We all know the Om Nagpal Institute, madam. So, how do you manage this balance between your demanding professional life and your commitment toward the social initiatives?
So we know, Jyoti, every woman is a master in multitasking. You know that we already are doing एक दुर्गा सप्तशती अगर किसी ने पढ़ी हो तो
Yes.
दुर्गा सप्तशती में दुर्गा माँ की 18 भुजाएं लिखी हैं.
जी.
तो 18 भुजाओं वाली जब दुर्गा माँ होती हैं तो हम सब भी वैसी ही हैं और
जी.
हम 18 भुजाओं के साथ काम करने वाली महिलाएं हैं. Where we know that we can multitask and we do it well. We really do it well. Here and there, some things, yeah, may go wrong sometimes, but we're okay with it and we manage it and we know how to do it. So, yeah, coming from my parents, I'm the only child of my parents. So, way back, if my parents took a decision of just a single girl child being their only child, I think they were brave enough. So, inculcating those things into me, my mother taught me to be very strong on the street because I saw my mother hitting a men where they would play games with anyone. So I've seen my mother doing that. If I see my mother doing it, I'm sure I would learn the same. And I've taught the same to my daughters. So I think it all is, my father was also the same. जाओ मारो मार के आना अगर मार खा के आ गई तो पहले मैं मारूंगा इसलिए if those properties are inculcated in you, you become strong on the street. You dare not somebody can come and talk to you. So those were the things that came to me. And as you rightly said, philanthropy comes from within the family. And I love gardening. I love looking after my fridge. सामान क्या पड़ा हुआ है, आटा कितना है, दही रात को बराबर जमा कि नहीं जमा, और ये सब हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. This is all we love it. And without that, I think a woman is not complete. मेरे सफेद कपड़े सफेद धुल रहे हैं कि नहीं धुल रहे हैं, ये भी मेरे लिए उतना important है. So all these things, being a woman, still carries importance, still carries meaning, and we all can do that anytime.
So, any message you want to give to our gynecologist about this? So everybody cannot become the politician. Though everybody wants that she actually can do some bit of social work. Actually, we everybody loves, everybody actually wants to do something for the other person. It is the human tendency. If you are a good human being, at least you are thinking about the other human. So anything you want to convey to gynecologist, how can she do it? A bit, little bit of things being in her clinic, being in her hospital.
um, हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं ज्योति. इसलिए मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ कि हमको ये जन्म जो मिला है, जो ये हम अगर ये माने री इनकारनेशन को, तो ये जो योनि हमको मिली है, हम जानवर नहीं है. And it is an animal who lives for himself. A human being has the only property that we can live for others. So हमको एक ही जन्म मिला है और एक ही आज जो डेट है 5th March 2025 is only once and
Yes,
tomorrow will be 6th.
yes,
So you have just one day.
ma'am.
Use that one day for whatever best you want to do, however you want to do.
Yes,
Change the life of even one person here and there. किसी को इस तरह से छू जाइए कि उसकी जिंदगी बदल जाए. और आप साथ कुछ नहीं लेके जाने वाले, ना ये साड़ी, ना ये गहना, ना ये कपड़े, ना ये सामान, सब यहीं रह जाएगा.
ma'am.
People will not remember you for your clothes. They may, but people will remember you for your good deeds. So once you go, your good deeds should prevail. That is all I can say.
Yes. And madam, you are so dynamic, and actually we saw from your college days, in your NGO days, in your political career, what you want to say, because our viewers are not only the gynecologists or all the doctors, our viewers are across the India, all the non-medical fraternity also watching this podcast series. So something you want to say for the girls, something you want to say for our boys.
Arriba. So for the girls, yes, I want every girl to be a Jwala. I don't want girls अबला नहीं हो सबला हो तुम ज्वाला हो.
जी
इसलिए अपने आप को अबला नहीं समझना.
जी
किसी भी स्थिति में जितनी बार भी कोई गिराने की कोशिश करे, उसमें से बाहर निकलकर फिनिक्स की तरह बाहर निकलकर आना है. ये मान के चलना है.
जी
कहीं कोई दबाता है, कहीं कोई गिराता है, कहीं कोई कुछ कुछ भी कहता है, तुम उठ के आ जाओगी, निकल के आ जाओगी और ज्वाला बन जाओगी. भस्म भी करने की ताकत रखती हो और स्नेह के एक गंगा भी बहा सकती हो. तो सब कुछ है तुम्हारे अंदर. इसलिए कभी अपने आप को छोटा नहीं समझना है, कभी आपको कम नहीं समझना है. पर हाँ, ये भी तय है कि फेमिनिज्म के बहाव में बहते चले जाके किसी को धोखा भी नहीं देना है. अपनी लक्ष्मण रेखा खुद खींचना सीखो. अपनी लक्ष्मण रेखाओं के बारे में खुद जानना सीखो. अपने आप से उठकर अपना समाज खुद बनाना सीखो.
Thank you, madam. For boys, madam, you just
Thank you so
told
much.
us. Thank you. And just I want to recite two lines from you before giving thanks to you. अंधेरे के आकाश को परास्त करने वाले नन्हे से दीपक सा साहस हम सब में भी बना रहे. So being a
बिल्कुल.
gynecologist, we are the pioneer in the society. We are,
अंधेरा बहुत है,
जी,
लंबी सुरंग है, लेकिन सूरज बनने की ताकत भी मुझी में है. सूरज बनो, उठो, निकलो और उजाला कर दो.
Thank you so much, madam, for this insightful talk.
My
If you
pleasure.
can do, then I can do. If I can do, everyone can do. This the Happy Women's Day to you and all our
Same
viewers.
day to
Thank you.
everyone, each and every woman.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Jyoti. Thank you, Sunita ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you.